Tell me when I'm ready. You guys aren't very good at making signs behind him.
We're not here. We're on somewhere else.
Welcome back to Yarchei Kallah Live here in Stamford, Connecticut on Wednesday, December 28th, Asara B'Teves. Thank you so much for joining us, and so much has gone on over the past, 12 hours since we last signed off. There's been lots of learning, there's been lots of energy, there's been lots of enthusiasm, and there's just been so much excitement around being here with 500 of our nearest and dearest friends at Yarchei Kallah 2017. We kicked off this morning with inspirational learning and inspirational discussion by Rabbi Israel Lashak. Rabbi Lashak is a senior educator in NCSY who has gone all over the world except for 8 countries, and he has spoken to teens, to youth, to adults, and everyone in between, inspiring them and educating. He left us off with a message of how we're going to go ahead and galvanize ourselves and bring out from within our deepest depths our learning, the importance of it, and where it could take us in this world. The clarity that it could offer us, the sincerity in our devotion towards what's most important to us, and our thoughtfulness in how we approach world, life, empowerment, and leadership. Then the teens all broke up. They went off, they studied with their learning partners, with their learning groups, and then went into their shiurim, their classes, with their senior educators, where they spent time delving deeper into the texts, delving deeper into the study of what Shmona Esrei, the Amidah, the silent Amidah, is all about, and how they connect to God through the words of our rabbis, be it the feelings that they have deep within their hearts. The afternoon promises to be action-packed and full of lots of excitement and lots of innovative programming. We have an exciting programming coming up very shortly where teens will be able to express their prayers in a multitude of ways. They will be able to go ahead and find what connects to them, what inspires them in the arts, in the world of arts, in the world of music, in the world of self-expression, and be able to do that in a very thoughtful way. I'm honored and privileged and very excited to be able to welcome one of the artists, really, in this area, someone who's been working on this for a long time, and someone who I like to call a dear friend, Mr. Aaron Roller, who I've known since, I think, kindergarten, possibly before.
5 years old, KB.
Since we're 5 years old, so I think this is probably now our 30th anniversary of knowing each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't
you get the invitation to the reunion?
Oh. Okay, anyway.
Laura Sarah's Yeshiva Flatbush Kindergarten reunion?
That's right. It's actually funny. My wife bumped into somebody who said that she was the assistant in Laura Sarah's class. And
you didn't remember her?
She remembered me, though, so I guess I've always left quite the impression. Anyway, thank you for joining us here today. We're really excited to have you.
It is such a pleasure and so good to be here with all the kids.
Is this your first Yarchei Kallah you've been on?
This is Yarchei Kallah number 2 for me.
Number 2? When was the first one?
Last year.
Last year. What did you do last year at Yarchei Kallah?
Something similar, but we're just stepping it up a little bit. We've got more guests and hopefully more kids and a fuller program. But we did last year's theme was Psalms, and we did one of the Tehillim, and the kids reacted to it into a poem, and it was awesome.
Let's take a step back for a second.
Yes.
Could you describe what exactly is it that you do? I know you have a group that you work with.
Sure. Well, I am a co-founder and really the lead organizer of something called Yeshiva Poetry Society. It is a slam poetry league for yeshiva high schools in New York, New Jersey, and sometimes even further afield.
Wow.
So we run 4 or 5 events at schools all around the New York area. We give a topic, which is something religious, spiritual, kind of something that will lead to some kind of reflection. We usually use a traditional poetic form, so it could be like a sonnet or a villanelle, or just something, a traditional poetic form, and we challenge the students to use the theme and the form to write a poem, and then they come in and perform them, and we will get a panel of judges, people who are published, who are professors, and we pick a winner and we give out prizes. And it's been a really, really amazing experience to see what kids can come up with. The impetus for it, at least for me, was that when I was in yeshiva high school, there wasn't any kind of arts-related activity where you can meet kids from other schools. There was mock trial, there was Model UN, there was chess team and Torah Bowl, and all kinds of academic intramural activities, and then there were all the sports, of course, but there was nothing for the creative kids. And so working with my partner, Hillel Broder, who is here today. Dr. Broder is a principal at DRS High School now, and also Hillel Goldman, who's assistant principal now at Rambam Sifta. So they've all going places. But the three of us got together and created this program, and it's I think it's in 7th year.
Wow.
And we've impacted I'd say hundreds of kids at a lot of schools.
What type of arts did you express yourself with when you were in high school? Saying that you realized when you were in high school that there wasn't a space for this.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, when I was in high school, you probably remember, way back, I was always into comic books. I was always doodling superheroes, and in high school, I think I always carried a sketchbook with me. I was always drawing in class. A lot of times the Rebbe's didn't think I was paying attention, but I would spit it back to them and say, no, this is how I pay attention.
Right.
So I was always drawing. Then when I got to college, I got more into writing. I just felt like I wasn't progressing as a visual artist, but I really loved. I was an English major, and I took writing courses at Yeshiva University, and really developed a love of writing at that time. But I always felt that there was a disconnect between my artistic pursuits and a lot of the Jewish pursuits that I had, but it didn't seem like that needed to be the case, or really was the case historically, and so trying to create a space in high school where the arts were sanctioned and it was within the curriculum, and there was a space for kids to really express themselves and be themselves. It's something that has been just so rewarding, and so many times kids have come back to me and said, like, this is the highlight of my school year.
Wow.
This is, I don't know what I would do without Yeshiva Poetry Society. And that's not something that any kid would say, but for that kid, you know?
Yeah, to be able to have that space, to be able to have that outlet.
Yeah, there are certain kids who need that space, and it's been really, really amazing for them. And I would like to think also that it's helped them not just express themselves, but also to find a space for themselves sort of like within the activities.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with going out on a weekend, going to a poetry club, going to an art gallery, but to have that space within a yeshiva high school setting, I think, really helps to balance the identity, and I think is really a valuable thing for them.
Yeah, no, it's special, and I'm sure that it's not just around a poetry slam or a contest, but it becomes an outlet for them to be able to learn how to, express themselves, and frankly, it orients kids back towards poetry again, which is probably somewhat of a lost art out there.
And it's community also. I could have guessed, but I didn't, how much the kids would create their own community. That was sort of one of the goals, was like, these kids should meet each other. The four weird kids writing poems in the corner at one school should meet the other kids at the other school, but it's way more than 4 kids.
Right.
And they're come all different types. It's not like, one type of kid, but they really, being able to meet on that level of creativity and expression and create this community. I mean, I go to these events and, I don't know they're going to NCSY Shabbat they're seeing each other in other places, but like there's this excitement that I'm going to see my friends again when I get to the Poetry Slam.
How prayer, like you've heard them express prayer, so let's bring it together now. So the theme here is the Amidah, as the Shemona Esrei has been saying, and it's really difficult because, frankly, for myself at least, the words of the Shemona Esrei are really words that I didn't put together. They're not my poems. They're somebody else's. So, to go ahead and take that, but to dig deep within that and turn that into a form of self-expression. I guess wedding the self-expression with the text-based. What are you thinking?
Well, one of the themes that we're looking to delve into today is, number one, that within Shemona Esrei itself, there's room for self-expression.
Right.
Within Shema Kolenu, and then at the end of Shemona Esrei, the final Elokai Nitzor, both of those have spaces within them for personal prayers.
Right.
So we're going to be talking about exactly that, the fact that Shemona Esrei itself is a balance between a pretty rigid structure and then also room for self-expression. But even within the rigid structure, the way that you understand it, there's like a lot of room through reflection to understand a new understanding of yourself. I mean, I think that's a big part of what prayer is, that it's not that there's something to be gained by having a fixed text, that you're always, it's like a mirror.
Right.
And the reflection in the mirror might always be changing, but that's because you're changing. And not that if that makes any sense. You're always seeing yourself through the lens of the tefillah. And so part of what we'll be doing is asking the students we'll be asking the students to look at the Shemona Esrei and then how do they see themselves through it? Can they, how do they respond to it? And so it's going to be really exciting and see what they come up with. And I think a couple of them, maybe one or two, I don't know how many highlights there are going to be. We're not giving them a lot of time, but we're going to give them the opportunity to read this maybe in front of hundreds of people. So it's going to be a very, very cool thing.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. I really didn't have anything to do much with Poetry Slam until Ethan Metzger went viral, right?
Yes, that was a very exciting moment.
A very exciting moment. It made it like, this is real and we're here and this is legitimate,
Yeah, and that was also it was also such a positive poem. It really, it wasn't cliche, and it wasn't too sweet or syrupy, but it really was so religiously affirmative and also creative and inspiring.
We were very excited from the NCSY world, because first of all, whenever a teen has a voice, it's something that's very exciting for us. But even more so, we took pride as Ethan was on an NCSY summer program, and he really, really attributes a lot of his personal growth and digging down deep within himself to the summer that he spent on the NCSY program. So it was, we felt like it was a win for us, But it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's great stuff. Do you have any favorite poems or slams that you've put together?
I'll tell you honestly, we just had one last week at Kushner, and it was we had, I don't know, maybe 40 kids. We had 12 finalists. That's how we do it. We'll have a semifinal round, and the other judges and we had so much difficulty picking winners.
Really?
It was these kids were just it was top notch. What they were writing, the everything. The metaphor, the presentation. It was so just a week ago. It was really, and I came home and said to my wife, I'm it's reached there were a couple of, it's it'll ebb and flow where there'll be some really strong classes, some kids who were really into it, and then they graduate and it's kind of got to build up again.
Yeah,
and I think we're back at a new peak because it was really something very, very exciting last week.
That's great. That's really, really great. It's so exciting to always have this form of self-expression. I see over there we have Yeshua November and Dr. Broder.
Yeah, these are my partners in crime today.
If we want, we can invite them on air.
Absolutely, I'm happy to cede the microphone at this point.
All right, so let me. If you want, you can go invite them. I'll interlude for 10 seconds while you prep them. But thank you so much, Aaron. So that's it. It's really about the self-expression and digging in. Hopefully, we'll be able to speak to Yeshua November and Dr. Broder momentarily, but we're going to go ahead and take a break for about 3 minutes and look forward to discussing with them very soon their forms of expression and how they got to where they are today. Pretty fascinating stuff. An award-winning poet and writer and best-selling author. So looking forward to talking soon. See you in about 3 minutes. And remember, ncsy.org/YKLive. Go to it, donate to it, be part of the magic and the experience that's happening over here, and express yourself in any which way that you could. Exciting afternoon up ahead of us. See you in about 3 minutes. Kallah Live. After we've heard from Aaron Roller about Poetry Slam, I think we're all inspired to get out there and do a little bit of self-expression, dig within ourselves, figure out how we're going to best express ourselves. But I am excited to learn about another form of expression, another form of art, really, another form of writing and poetry. Poetry, I guess, in its pure sense, as opposed to a poetry slam. I have Professor Yehoshua November here with me today, who is an award-winning poet, has been published several times, I believe, and I'm looking forward to understanding a little bit more about his poetry and his journey. So, what type of poems exactly do you write?
I would describe my poems as narrative poems, which means that they primarily focus on telling stories, as opposed to creating beautiful music or sentiment, but more really a kind of vehicle for telling a larger story in a very compressed space.
Is there any theme that you specifically focus on within your poems? Is there something that you generally gravitate towards when you in your expression?
Most of the poems are autobiographical, so they deal with my own life, which is largely a Jewish life. So themes about everyday Jewish life and my own personal experiences, and as a writing teacher, a professor in Rutgers University and Touro College, and going through my day and being in the world, and also being a Jew, and how the two meet. It's really the subject of most of the poems.
It's really fascinating. Were you writing poems as a child? I mean, I like making up rhymes for my children when I'm like joking around with them, but poetry has never been my thing, and I'm just curious how you got into that.
Well, actually, it's a family business. I have 3 siblings, and 2 of them are poets. One is a social worker, so she's like the black sheep in the family, the only one that's not a poet. And my grandmother was a poet, so it runs deep in the family, and it just seemed to kind of a natural thing. My mother is a student of art history.
Oh, wow.
My father's a doctor, but he was always, when he was in a good mood, he would quote Shakespeare and so on. So it was very much something that we grew up with.
What were some of the famous Shakespeare lines that he would quote?
I guess I didn't leave deep enough impression. I don't remember.
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
So you
all of life's the stage.
It is. Always got to be ready. So
yeah.
you've had the opportunity.
That's a Shakespeare line, actually.
Oh, there you go. You know what? Touche. But it's an incredible form of expression. What are you looking to achieve with the teens here today in terms of helping them realize their own self-expression and actualization?
I think that poetry is a good vehicle for taking, sometimes studying Torah and studying texts can be just that, can be textual and somewhat impersonal possibly, but when you then combine some textual ideas or notions with poetry, it becomes a bridge between the two, and you can coalesce the personal and the textual. So that's hopefully what we'll get at today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor November. I am going to head towards your session because I want to learn how to do that the right way and contextualize appropriately. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. We are going to pan inside now. The kids, the reaction, the hype, the energy. Get ready for it. See you later on Yarchei Kallah Live.
Let's make sure we're filling up those seats as well. And we'll get Thursday afternoon of Yarchei Kallah kicked off. Also, guys, you guys see our friend John in the front? Everybody wave to John in the front. You guys are live right now, by the way, just so you know. So say hi to Mom and Dad. We also have Mark in the back. So if everybody wants to wave to Mark in the back, we have another second camera going live today also. So we're going to be live in here. We're going to be live in the hallways later, in the breakout sessions right after Ms. Debbie Stone speaks. We're going to be doing live all day until the closing tonight, through Mishmar, through everything. So tonight is the day. You want to say hi to Mom and Dad, you come stop by the booth. Everybody can get 30 seconds if they want, just to thank somebody for allowing them to come on Yarchei Kallah, being here. Maybe it's a city director, a chapter director, regional advisor, whatever it is. You want to thank somebody? We'll try to get you some time that you can get some FaceTime live. Look at this. This is so nice. Guys, let's go. Let's make sure everyone's coming in. Also, everybody, do like this. Everybody, take out your phone. Take out your phone. Just raise your phone if you can hear me. Raise your phone. Open it up. If you have the new one, just look at it. It opens it up. Hey guys, let's go with Facebook Live. Keep going. What happened with the music? Everybody take out your phones and text your friends. Tell them to come to the Beis Medrash because it's time for Thursday afternoon of Yarchei Kallah. Also, if you want to open up your Instagram and follow The Great Tans, spelt just the way it sounds, The Great Tans. So that would be 2 T's there. TheGreatTanz. We could do that also. We're going to have an Instagram competition coming up later. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for everybody, if you know the song, get up and sing. Get up and dance. Ho'oise mitzvah achas kitano b'simcho Yigagalu loi lasois mitzvah Yidoi le'meri shoyna
Start. Do one thing.
That's it. You start. Ho'oise mitzvah achas kitano b'simcho Mitzvah achas kitano b'sim. If everybody wants to dance right here in this area, you're live. This is live right here. Let's go! Schar mitzvah mitzvah.
Rocking it out with NCSY. Walk, hey, look, hey, don't run away. Come back here. Come back here. What's your name?
Talia.
Talia what?
Kraus.
Talia Kress. Where are you from, Talia?
Westchester.
Westchester, New York. Right here. You're local.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
I go to White Plains High School.
White Plains High School. What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore. Is this your first Yarchei Kallah?
Yes.
How is it? How's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Good.
Having fun? Have you been on other NCSY programs?
I went on regionals.
Where'd you go?
I went on winter regionals.
How was it? It was good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So much fun.
But now you get to meet kids from outside New York also, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool?
Yeah. Some people from Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
And Chile.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah. Way cooler than me.
Do you understand anything they're saying or no?
Sometimes I'm learning Spanish.
It makes 9th, 10th grade Spanish worth it, right? Like,
Well,
a little bit. What have you learned so far in Yarchei Kallah?
what have I learned? I have some stuff in here.
What do you think? Go off the top of your head.
I learned that there are different parts to the soul.
Yep, good.
Yeah, like, I mean,
It's all right, it's all good.
I'm in the middle of learning it, but yeah, like there's different levels.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I can't
Live
even
it,
hear myself.
live it. You sound great. Don't worry about it. Live it, feel it, be part of it. Enjoy, have a great time. Nice to meet you. Here we are, here we are. Here you go, here you go. You're standing up. You're ready for an interview. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
What's your name?
Dean.
Dean what?
Dean Glover.
Dean, where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. And you?
Las Vegas also.
Were you guys on Coil this summer?
Yeah.
I know I recognize from somewhere from the video, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. How was it?
Amazing.
It was amazing. How's Yarchei Kallah going?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
Beyond expectations? You thought it'd be like this, different? You didn't know what to expect?
It feels
It's getting over it.
feels like Kollel. It's crazy. It feels like Kollel in a hotel.
It feels like the energy is just...
Yeah.
What have you guys learned so far in Yarchei Kallah that you want to share with anybody back home?
So much.
So much.
Rabbi Nachman is amazing.
Rabbi Nachman is amazing. There you go. That's a good one.
Exactly what he just said.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have an awesome time. It's great to meet you in person. It's my honor and pleasure to meet you guys in person. Really, thank you. Keep it up.
We have a special guest.
This has been having fun.
Keep in mind.
That was fun, huh?
Introduce to you and introduce to everybody watching live right now, we have a special guest. Please turn to the screen for the introduction.
best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, you know we're all about that bass, no treble. We're all about that bass, no treble. We're all about that bass, no treble. We're all about the beat.
Calling to the stage, Elon Brownstein.
Hello, Yarchei Kallah! Woo! How's everyone doing? Awesome. Well, if you didn't recognize me, I was the shorter one in the video. That was me and my friend's edition on America's Got Talent from last year. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the full version, we got 4 yeses. And we moved on to the next round. So my name is Elon Brownstein. As you can tell, I actually was I'm from Ketchikan, Alaska. I was born there. And when I was 5, my parents realized that they wanted my siblings to grow up in a bigger Jewish community. So we moved to the Jewish metropolis of Portland, Oregon. Let's hear it for Portland! And I always grew up very Jewish, but my Judaism was more something I did occasionally, and it wasn't really a part of who I was, and I was definitely not committed to living a fully Jewish life. But in high school, thanks to the amazing people at Portland NCSY, I was really involved, and I went on a lot of different Shabbatons and events, and I always left those Shabbatons and events inspired and wanting to grow, wanting to be connected. And so in high school, before even keeping Shabbos or starting to keep kosher or wearing a kippah or tzitzis or anything, I started to pray in the mornings. And for me, it was really important that before I took on anything else, I prayed every day, because for me, I wanted to create the connection to Hashem and a relationship that the way that I could, everything else I took on had something to build upon, that connection to God. And after that, I started to take on more things and be more connected. And that's actually where beatboxing came in, because I lived very far away from the synagogue that I went to, actually 9 miles. So my sister and I, when we started to keep Shabbos and we didn't drive to shul, we would walk. And on those long walks, there's not a lot to do when you're with your sister for 3.5 hours without your phone. So sometimes we talk or sing, but eventually I started beatboxing. And it was those long walks that actually started to work on different sounds and beats and all that stuff, and eventually it led to America's Got Talent and a lot of other amazing opportunities. Actually, today you guys are going to have the chance to hear a workshop from myself as well as my fellow a cappella mates at Y-Studs a cappella. It's a lot of fun. So I'm really blessed to be a part of the group, because what beatboxing has taught me is that it's much more than just something to impress friends or really to lose friends. Or to have fun. It's much more than a gimmick. For me, beatboxing is a huge way that I express myself. Because as I became more religious, I realized that religious growth is not about fitting yourself into a box or doing what other people do or looking like what someone else looks like. It's about using the talents and the gifts that God has given you to actualize your full potential. And for me, beatboxing is the way I do that. So without further ado. We get lights off. Lights. Yarchei Kallah.
Let me see your hands.
Oh, wow. So I'm going to be giving a workshop all about beatboxing and how to express yourself through beatboxing. Also, my friends in my a cappella group are doing a cappella workshop on the same thing. So there's many other options, and thank you guys so much.
Great stuff. Round of applause for Elon Schwartz-Brownstein. What we have coming up next is really an amazing program. Whether it's going to be the art or so many other things happening, to introduce this is a familiar face that so many of you know, and every single person in this room, if you have your sitter in front of you, can you raise that sitter maybe in the air if you have it in front of you? That white pamphlet sitter that's coming out in full this summer, we hope. Introducing to the stage is the author of that sitter. Give her a warm Koran welcome to our Miss Debbie Stone. Pump up the show.
Hello, Yarchei Kallah! It's great to see everyone. I have to say it's an awesome opportunity for me to see you learning about the Siddur. Watching 380 awesome teens give up a week of their winter vacation to learn Torah, but to learn about davening, and to learn about davening from this Siddur is something that I can't even begin to describe to you. I want to thank you from the very bottom of my heart. To give this nachas to me is unbelievable. So thank you so, so much. We have a really special program this afternoon, which I'm really excited to introduce to you. We have a program you've been learning from text, from the Siddur, from your advisors, from your senior educators the whole morning. In fact, the whole afternoon, most of you skipped lunch to learn more again. And what we want to do this afternoon is really spend time expressing how we understand what we've been learning or what we've been thinking about through whichever medium of expression speaks most to you. And so we've created a program for you guys this afternoon to really be able to creatively express how you want to express yourselves through prayer and through different mediums. So I'm going to introduce what we're doing. Most of you didn't sign up, so we'll just go to where you want to go to. But if you did sign up, please head to where you signed up for. The locations are displayed behind me. I want to read out where everything is. One or two little changes, and then everyone's going to go and express themselves, and we will be having a show at 7 o'clock this evening to display some of the awesome practice, awesome art, awesome talents that you guys have right back here at 7 o'clock with the Y Studs as a concert too. So it's going to be really, really amazing. Okay, so without further ado, just as a quick announcement, and this one you need to listen to or you won't know where to go. The a cappella group and the beatboxing group are going to be combined, and they're going to be combined in red 5. So whatever's written up here, a cappella and beatboxing are together in red 5. Those who want to go to acting, that's in red 4. Art is going to be with me back there in the Beit Midrash. We're making 19 canvases to represent the 19 blessings. We have the Create Your Own Torah source sheet in blue 2, we have dance in green 3, we have a drum circle in yellow 1. We have a prayer slam, which is like a poetry slam for the poets here in green 2. Resurf. We have a summer program called Resurf with Oren Bendelstein. And if you are going to that one, you should know there is a raffle for a GoPro for that program just itself. We have Stomp in Green 1. Those of you who want to talk about your expression through verbal voice, we have TED Talk planning in Blue 1 and video making in Yellow 2. There is an option for every single person here. So figure out what you want to do, figure out how you want to express yourself. And without further ado, I want to see everyone express. Off you go. Have a great afternoon.
Find your room. We have amazing people here. We have an award-winning poet, Yoshua November, Aaron Roller, and Hillel Broder.
All right, we are back live. Wow, what a performance by Elon Brownstein. What did you guys think of that beatboxing?
Amazing! I loved it. It was so cool.
Did you think when he started that, like, who is this guy? Like, he didn't sound on key or anything?
Yeah, I was like, how?
How?
Like, what is he doing?
It's pretty awesome, right? Which session do you think you guys are going to go to?
Art.
You're going to go to beatboxing?
Art.
No, all right, so you're staying here. Yeah. All right, awesome. I'll see you around. I'm going to be around then. Looking forward. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Kayla.
Kayla, where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. Be more. Big time over there. I once got stuck in a snowstorm. Not fun in Baltimore. What do you think of Elon? How was that?
It was good. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I'm so not talented like that.
You can't do it? No? What do you think of self-expression through ways not having to do with just writing or just praying, digging out within yourself?
Well, it's amazing, and I wish I could find a talent that I can use to express myself. I haven't found it yet. Maybe it's a hidden talent.
So which one are you going to go to? Which session?
I think I'm going to go to art.
Art? So you're staying over here?
Yeah.
Some art. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So I'll see you around. I'm going to be in art also. Looking forward. All right, it's cleaning up pretty fast. Cleaning up pretty fast over here. Everybody's excited to head out to these sessions. So let's try to grab a few more people and see where they're going to go, or at least make sure that they're going to go somewhere. What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Good, great, awesome. Where are you guys all from?
San Antonio.
So I should have said where are you all from, right? Yeah. That would have been a lot better. See, I'm ready to learning the lingo. What do you guys think of Elon? How was that? The beatboxing? Yeah. Yeah. Can any of you beatbox? Who wants to take a chance? Come on, right now. Somebody try to make some noise out of your mouth. Come on. We all try to do it. We're like sitting in front of the mirror, like we're. I can't do it.
I can only do like.
There you go. Okay, look, you got a little bit of a beat time.
Can you do it with us?
I can't do it. I can't.
No, we can't do it.
Okay, but where are you guys headed? Do you know which one you're going to?
I want to do drum circle or video making. Yeah. Video.
Okay, that's all. You guys are gonna either split up between drum circle or video making.
I want to do dance. I'll probably do TED Talk.
TED Talk, cool. I like TED Talks. I'm a big fan. Sometimes I get stuck. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still watching TED Talks. Just gotta pull myself away. What have you guys gotten out of Yarchei Kallah so far?
A lot of growing, like a lot of connections. You're learning a lot.
I've learned a lot of different perspectives on prayer. Like, I thought that prayer was like such a simple concept, and then like all these people are defining it in new ways, and it's mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's special. Where do you guys go to school in San Antonio?
We go to a public school.
Okay.
And then
we go to we take college classes.
Wow.
With the online schools.
Cool. Very cool. So Ashi, you guys hang out with Rabbi Ashi,
All the
right?
time. All the time.
He's the man. He's
He
totally
is.
the man.
He's on
I can't believe he's here. He just had a baby, right?
Yeah. He just had a
He's
baby.
unbelievable. Thank God. You know, we're lucky to have such people to hang out with. Really,
True.
you know? We really are. I just met him a few months ago, and I think he's awesome. I'm happy
Is
that
he
you
gonna
guys
pay you
came.
for saying that?
Later. But go head on out there. I want to make sure you guys still get slots. But thank you so much and have a great time. Nice to meet you. There you go. There you have it. All the way from San Antonio, Texas, y'all. You even know that there were so many Jews in San Antonio, Texas that could come up here, and yet they still go ahead and have a vibrant Jewish community down there. It's unbelievable, but it's special. And as that young woman said, the different forms of tefillah, the different forms of connecting to God, the different forms of understanding of even just what's out there and how to go ahead and relate in a deeper type of way, to go ahead and find what your spiritual connection is. This is what this is all about. This is all about going ahead and digging in and being able to appreciate it in a closer way. Let's head this way towards the art tables over here to see what's going on. All right, look at this. Everyone's here with their paint. Everyone's here with their water. Everyone's here ready, set. And Miss Debbie Stone is about to lead a session as she's going ahead and she's presenting on how exactly to express yourself through art. So let's just walk around. Let's get a glimpse of maybe what is on these tables. A special blessing of Baruch Atah Hashem Evarei Hashanim. I guess they're going to go ahead and start to depict that type of stuff. Everyone can just give one big hi to mom or dad or family or friends. Everybody at home. Have fun expressing yourself through art. Do it the right way and listen to Miss Debbie. All right, thank you very much. We're going to go pan down to another area, another self-expression. Welcome to YK Live, and looking forward to being with you for the rest of the afternoon.
Next Step Israel Internships is the first high school-based internship program in Israel. And indeed, it's the first high school-based internship program for Jewish teens anywhere in the world. We have 31 incredible interns from all around North America and one from right here in Israel. The interns are working in startups, nonprofits, hospitals, research labs, incubators, accelerators. They're given a lot of autonomy and a lot of space to explore their own Jewish identity and also to explore their career paths. We commute to work every day, explore local culture, and we spend time working right alongside real residents of Israel in their actual workplaces.
I wanted to look for something new, and I also wanted a work experience. I think it's really important before college that you have a sort of an idea of what you like and dislike. I've always wanted to go in an NCSY program, and so this was like the perfect fit.
Let's say you like medicine or architecture or technology. You get your own internship that is geared towards you. I personally love engineering and architecture, so I'm working at an architecture startup at the Israeli College of Engineering. I help 3D design mobile homes, and I also do market research for the future of my company.
Back home, I work and I volunteer in offices and hospitals, but this is something different. This is beyond that. It's working in a lab and understanding how they get their drugs and medicine which help the patients.
Even if you don't know what internship to do, you can totally get your hands wet in a broad sense. For me, I'm using all of that knowledge of engineering, biotech, and even entrepreneurial. And Next Step gave me that opportunity to explore my interests.
I feel like an adult here. They treat me like an adult. They respect me. I can go out and I can go to Cofix and I can order a coffee when I need some energy. And I can go out to the shuk and get a burger when I want something to eat. They really trust us.
I also have the opportunity to host the group every Tuesday evening in my office. They get to see a great startup space, the work environment. But at the same time, we also decided to launch the Social Impact Project. Students themselves are creating startups, initiatives that they get to implement when they get back home in their communities. And we're also giving over a number of ideas in terms of really recognizing opportunity, pain point, solution, team, how to make things happen.
I was also blown away by just how much diversity there is on this program, just in terms of religious backgrounds, how much people observe like how they grew up, but what they practice, what they keep on their own, what they want to keep. And I think that it develops this environment where you can come from anywhere and you can go anywhere. And that's not something you can find on any program.
You can't get everything handed to you on a silver platter, and if you do, nothing is really worth it. And I've learned that I need to work for my things and I need to earn what I get. That's something that I'm going to take with the rest of my life.
When I get back home, I'm going to share what I learned here. I'm going to show them throughout. I'm going to take on leadership roles, and I'm going to be confident. I'm going to do it, and I know that if I did it on Next Step, I can definitely do it back home.
For over 25 years.
We are back here in how to express yourself, how to pray through art. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around a little bit. We're going to check out the tables. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to get a few hey moms, hey family back home, and we're going to have a good time and really be able to dig in and watch the colorful expression of art through prayer through art. What's going on over here, guys? What's happening?
We can draw. Wait. Argentina.
Ah.
I don't know much English, so I don't understand.
Okay, so you're going to draw something.
Yeah, the kota.
We're painting something relating to this bracha.
Okay, that's an important thing. So you're going to take this and you're going to see what your expression is deep within yourself to be able to understand it.
Yeah, like free.
You're free. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in about 5 minutes. I want to see some stuff going on. Okay. I want some visual. All right. All right. Let's keep going around over here. Let's keep seeing what's happening on these tables over here. People trying to figure out their self-discovery. What's going on with Harotzeh B'Tshuva? What does Harotzeh B'Tshuva really mean? You don't know? Okay, I'm gonna come back when you have an answer. All right. Okay. These guys look like they're busy in action over here. We're gonna observe them more than we're gonna go ahead and actually go ahead and ask them what they're doing, because I'm a fan of not disturbing intense conversations, but rather being able to allow them to continue to explore their artistic ways and their thoughts. Their blessing over here is, I believe, Chonin Hadas, which means we're thanking God for the different levels of intelligence and knowledge and understanding that He instills upon us and gives us the opportunity to be able to go ahead and appreciate on all levels. So it looks like they're trying to dig into the different areas where they appreciate the wisdom that God has bestowed upon them. I'm gonna interrupt this guy for 1 second. What's your name?
Isaac Anderson.
Isaac Anderson. Where are you from, Isaac?
Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York. Well, welcome to Yarchei Kallah. What do you guys think about it? I had my own interpretation in terms of what you guys were trying to draw over here for Chonin Hadas, but what's the thought behind it?
So what we're doing is we are making half of our board things in our environments that affect us, and then the other half good things and bad things that are in our lives or that affect us.
And how does that express to you the idea, or any of you, how does it express the idea of Chonin Hadas, that I mean, what's the flip over on the other side? What were the questions that you were asked, I guess, but how does it help you express that a little bit?
So it helps us express this because we want to say what we have in our knowledge, what we have in our minds that we are given in the beginning, and that help us to operate, and then the other things that we need to work harder for to attain. There are also
No, it's a beautiful idea and concept. Sometimes we often think about, when I was trying to build out the idea, just watching you guys, I was thinking about how Chonin Hadas is about knowledge and wisdom and intelligence, but sometimes it's about the things that are out there and being able to appreciate the wisdom within each of those things, and the good and the bad, and the decision-making process in terms of being able to decide what is good and what is bad, and being able to have the intellectual capabilities in order to be able to do so. So it's a beautiful thought, and I interrupted long enough. You guys were in the zone, so get back into the zone again, and I'll come back when you guys have something on the big canvas. Thank you so much. All right, that was quite intense. That was quite deep in terms of how they understand that blessing of Chonin Hadas. It's a pretty thoughtful way of interpreting what exactly it means over there. Come, let's grab them. Let's walk over another table. Let's see what's happening over there. They're starting to draw already. So let's take a look at the artistic work and the drawing that's happening on this table over here, and maybe get a better understanding of what it's all about. So they have the blessing of Shomea Tefillah. Where are you guys all from? Great Neck, New York, Long Island. All right, New Yorkers. This is where I'm from, New York. Not Great Neck, close enough, Long Island. But what are you guys going to draw for Shomea Tefillah?
Drawing.
Here, Square, take the mic.
Okay, so we're drawing a person just saying the bracha to an ear over here, and this ear is essentially like Hashem's ear. So, because this is the prayer where you ask Hashem for anything that you want. So,
and we know that He's always listening, so.
He's always listening. That's
like
right.
Artistically, like I don't know. We thought that the ear should be above all of us, because like He can see everything.
Right.
And hear everything. As you know.
It's a beautiful idea depiction. Where do you guys go to school?
Great Neck North.
Great Neck North.
Like Hewlett.
Hewlett. Yes. Down the block from me. Yeah, I'm in Woodmere. Where do you go to school? Great Neck North with them. That's awesome. You guys been to other NCSY events? Yeah? Wow. So you guys are...
My first.
You're first.
So
who's been here? Third? First? Third? First. So what do you think? The third, they were telling the truth? It's a good event to come to?
Good.
It's good? You're learning a lot of stuff? Yeah, it's been fun?
Yeah.
What have you learned about tefillah? What have you learned about, even outside of tefillah, about anything that you've gone on so far?
So we were just talking about the brachot and Amidah.
It's been good?
Yeah.
Who's your educator in your...
Rabbi Hajiaf.
Rabbi Hajiaf. Oh, he's the man.
Yeah.
And he has a great accent.
Lucky.
And he has a great accent. So enjoy it. All right, guys, I look forward. I'm going to come back and check it out when it's all done. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. There you go. There you have it. God is always listening. God always wants to hear from us. God wants to appreciate our expression, what we have to say, how we feel, and what our deepest desires coming from our heart is. Always listening, taking note of what we're saying. Sometimes he says yes, sometimes he says no, but God is always listening and God is always answering. Let's continue on to this table over here. They're already starting to sketch out something. It's pretty fantastic. What's happening? Let's see. Wow, this looks like these people really have some art already in them. This is the bracha of Hamavarech es Amo Yisrael b'Shalom, that we should bless all of Israel with peace. How exactly? First of all, what's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Aaron.
Madison.
Madison.
Elisa.
Elisa. Where are you guys from?
I'm Great Neck, New York.
Great Neck.
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. All the way from Portland, Oregon.
Edmonton.
Edmonton. Wow. So this is a very diverse table. This is people who have come from really many different areas on the map and different areas of the world. We got our East Coast, we have our West Coast, we have our Canada coast. Everything along those lines. And how exactly are you guys expressing? Maybe one of you wants to talk or whatever.
Yeah.
But how are you expressing?
So basically, we want to incorporate the idea of different cultures and values and beliefs. Like the birds are different species. Like hands are coming together, and like we want to make different eyes and like all these differences and like different. This has to be one color scheme and this is the other. And like, even though they're different, they make a harmony. It's like in Israel, like different cultures are coming together, like different types of Jews from like Ethiopia and Iran and Europe and all over the world. They're coming together and they're making something really beautiful. That's our idea.
That's very special.
Thank
it's very special and a wonderful expression of what the blessing means. And a wonderful expression of the people here at this table, coming from diverse backgrounds and different areas and being able to express it in a very thoughtful, meaningful type of way. I don't know if you got a shot of the canvas itself, but you can start to see the formation of the hands and the birds and the stars and the eyes, right? There's an eye over there, yeah, all coming together. And it's I'm looking forward to seeing the full sketch and then the picture in full color in and of itself. This is a beautiful. And this looks like this might be able to be a painting that you could sell, if you would want to. I don't know. Okay, we'll get back to that. But thank you guys. Thank you. That was unbelievable. I mean, if you take a note, you had New York, Edmonton, and Portland, Oregon. They didn't mention themselves in the entire portrayal of what it means to go ahead and bring diversity together and bring the world together. But essentially, that's really what it was. It was an expression of themselves and how they connect in a deep way. What's also so heartwarming is that three people could talk about what peace means, could talk about what unity means, that really just got to know each other maybe over a 10-minute talk at the table together, and being able to come up with the same train of thought and the same stream of how to go ahead and express peace onto the world. There's some color on these two canvases over here. I'd love to get a perspective on what's going on over here. This is we have a deep brown happening on the. Well, better for somebody else to interpret exactly what this is a picture of and how it's a better understanding of Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Ne'ela Hodot. So if anybody wants to take a stab at explaining I know what it is now because I saw the picture, but if anybody wants to express what exactly this means and why exactly we're saying it, here you go. Take the mic. There you go. What's your name, sir?
Jacob Plum.
Jacob Plum. You can look at the camera, Jacob, if you'd like. Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Congratulations on the Astros.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. I'm sorry about Hurricane Harvey. It's tough times, but okay, so you have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, so we thought that the best way to portray giving thanks was to draw a picture of a turkey resembling Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So this is
This is your turkey.
Yeah,
the
it's our
formation
turkey.
of your turkey. What do you do? Something special for Thanksgiving? Is it a family holiday for you guys? Everyone comes together. What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
The turkey.
The turkey.
Yeah.
What one thing you're thankful for this year?
Thankful for all my friends who are here with me.
Awesome. Well, nice contingency from Houston, Texas, here at Yarchei Kallah. Thank you. Thank you. Here, guys, you all got to grab the mic. What's your name?
Oriel Benjaminov.
Where are you from?
Houston, Texas also.
Houston, Texas as well. And what do you have to be thankful for this year?
Friends, family, food, turkey.
It's friends, family, food, turkey. It's Thanksgiving year round. That's what I'm hearing right here, you know? That's
exactly.
good stuff.
That's why we're drawing a turkey for Prayer of Thoughts.
That's awesome.
I'm Jeffrey Collins.
Where are you from, Jeffrey?
I'm from Houston.
Houston, wow, this is, you know, it's an unbelievable thing for everything that's gone on in Houston this year and all the disaster and tragedy and everything that strikes. The people that were blessed with the blessing of gratitude are the people that went through some difficulties this year or saw family and friends going through difficulties as well also. It's quite inspiring. So what do you have to be thankful for this year?
Well, I'm thankful that my parents are happily married.
Thank God.
So
yeah, great.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you're thankful that you guys are here?
Basically, yeah.
That's awesome. Having fun?
I am having fun.
You guys been to Yarchei Kallah before, the first one?
My second year.
Second year?
First year.
First year? Is it living up to his expectations? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, only kind of.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would be.
Okay, good. Awesome.
All right.
Nice to meet you guys. Thank you. There you go. You got a turkey. I'm going to come by for some stuffing later, okay? You got it, guys. All right, let's check out what's going on over here. Wow. There's a lot of hands around coloring the word Baruch. This is HaMachazir, of the bracha of Baruch At Hashem HaMachazir Shechinato L'Tzion. So if anybody wants to explain what that means and what exactly you guys are going to be drawing, because I just see a lot of red right now. In 140 characters or less, you could do it if you want. Just a basic idea.
So what the bracha of Baruch Atah Hashem HaMachazir Shechinato L'Tzion means is like it's about the korbanot, the tefillah, and that they have a common goal, which is to foster a relationship with Hashem. That's basically what it is.
So what are you guys drawing?
We're gonna draw the words and like some designs around it.
Awesome, awesome, beautiful. I look forward to it. This is already very pretty and exact in perfection. So beautiful. Let's just take some time to go ahead and look around, see what's happening on the different canvases. I'll go mute for a little bit just to go ahead and scan the crowd and get perspective on what's happening on the different places and watch the all the teams in action. This looks like it's the first blessing of the Amidah. This looks like it's the first blessing of the Amidah, the Birchot Avot. And I see a tree with roots, because we all start from somewhere, right? And I took an art history class in school, so I have to learn how to interpret this type of stuff. But and then we are all the leaves. We are all the leaves, correct? I see. I see, I see, I see. Let's keep taking a scan of the black that's going on over here. Shover oivim umachnia zaydim. That's a tough one to interpret, but I think with the talented group that we have over here, it's going to be quite interesting. Where's everybody from? So Rabbi Tenenbaum's from Cleveland, Ohio. Where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. What's your name?
Yael Goldstein.
Yael Goldstein. And who's that over here? What's your name?
I'm Matthew Friedman. Hi.
Where are you from, Matthew?
Cleveland, Ohio.
This is the Cleveland, Ohio table that was blessed to have the blessing of Shover Oivim Umachnia Zaydim. There was a lot of extreme planning going on here, and now there's a lot of extreme black happening over here. In 140 characters or less, what is the interpretation of this blessing? What will you be drawing?
All right, so we're going to be drawing most of the canvas black, and then in the inside it'll be like a little bubble of light, and then there's going to be a bunch of people surrounding one man who is like going to be, I guess, in a jail suit, and it'll be like he'll be praying, and it'll be like they're like accepting him even if he's like not a great person. Wow,
that is very thoughtful, and it gives me what to think about my next Shemona Esrei. My next time I'm going to say Shover Oivim Umachnia Zaydim. These are beautiful. These are incredibly thoughtful, and Rebbe Tenenbaum, I never knew you had it in you to color in the lines. Yeah. But this is what it's about. It's about the self-expression. It's about digging deep. It's about finding what speaks to you and being able to interpret it appropriately. We are blessed and we are fortunate to be able to have so many different areas and so many different venues to be able to go ahead and show who we are. We'll end off with an image of the Kotel, the Western Wall as it is currently being drawn, and then we will pan to other areas of self-expression and other areas of being able to go ahead and appreciate what is happening out there and the people expressing. Let's take a look. This is the Kotel forming of itself.
For over 25 years, NCSY Kollel has been the premier destination for high school boys from all backgrounds who come to the land of Israel for a summer full of learning, of touring, of sports. It's an amazing, amazing experience. A week ago, there were 3 planes from Los Angeles to Newark from JFK streaming to the land of Israel, 257, a record number of participants in NCSY Kollel. From those 3 planes, no group was more welcome and important than our inaugural class of Mechina students, 15 young men from public school background who came to join us here this summer at NCSY Kollel.
Every Jew deserves an opportunity of a serious Jewish education. Every Jew deserves the opportunity of experiencing the passion and excitement of our religion, and every Jew should have the opportunity to be Jewish in the Holy Land.
The word is kadosh. Does anyone know what the word means, kadosh?
Although we do have a title, the Mechina track, but we're all one big kollel. Some of them have chavrusas with the madrachim, some have study partners with boys from day schools, public school, day school, all Jews coming together to learn the one Torah that we share.
Being a public school student who hasn't learned anything deep into Judaism, it's an amazing opportunity. This program is incredible. There's a lot of kids who've been to yeshiva before and they study Gemara every day. And you think that they're not going to really like me. I go to public school, we grew up different, it's going to be different. But they're some of the most welcoming individuals. They're absolutely incredible.
We can interact, it's not all that different. Yeah, they know more, they come from different backgrounds, but we're all one group. I want to thank NCSY for being able to help get me here. It wasn't something I thought I could do, and the fact that I get to do that not just on my own, but with my friends makes it that much better, because it's not just an experience I'm having on my own, it's an experience I can share with people when I get home as well. And it also allows me to grow as an individual and as part of a greater community, which is not an opportunity I've had in this sense before. So being able to come here, even though I couldn't necessarily make it happen on my own, is the greatest opportunity I've had in a very long time.
During the year, I have a limited opportunity to learn Jewish texts. And so I was very excited to go on NCSY Kollel, because I knew that NCSY Kollel would provide me with the Jewish education that I desired.
So you should all be incredibly proud that you were chosen.
These next 6 weeks will affect me. They'll shape the rest of my life going forward, so that I could have the Torah knowledge and confidence to go to yeshiva and not be stuck in some crossroads. Oh, do I go to college? Do I go to yeshiva? No, I'll know that this is the path I'm supposed to take, and that Kollel and NCSY helped me get there.
Learning each day for hours a day, I get to build myself a foundation for a Jewish life with Jewish morals that are going to stick with me for the rest of my life.
These NCSYers are not just participants in the Kollel program, but they contribute to it in a great way as well. Their eagerness, their excitement, the freshness that they bring to the learning that they do, all their perspective and their experiences in life inform upon our entire program and have an enormously positive impact on all of our participants.
If I never came to NCSY, I'd just be like the normal public school kid. But after Kollel, I think I'm going to think of everything more of a Jewish perspective on things. There's a big difference that's going to happen. I'm not certain what's going to happen, but I'm sure things are going to change.
I ain't too sure what I believe in, but I believe in what I see. And when I close my eyes, I see my whole life ahead of me. These are ours. This is our time. This is our time. These are ours. Out on the verge. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives tonight. Top of the world and we're dressed to the nines tonight. Edge of the earth and we're touching the sky tonight. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives. These are ours. This is our time. These are ours. Out on the verge. Out on the verge. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives tonight. Top of the world and we're dressed to the nines tonight. Edge of the earth and we're touching the sky tonight. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives. Ooh, yeah. From now on, there's no looking back. Full steam ahead on this one-way track. From this day forward, I will make a promise to be true to myself and always be honest. For the rest of my life, I will do what's right. I will do what's right. When I step out on the verge of the rest of our lives tonight. Top of the world and we're dressed to the nines tonight. Edge of the earth and we're touching the sky tonight. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives. The rest of our lives. Edge of the earth and we're touching the sky tonight. Out on the verge of the rest of our lives.
Just walked past the Beit Midrash. What we're doing right now is the teens have different, I guess, experiential ways to connect through prayer. So one of the options that you'll see, and we're going to try to stop in there, is a prayer slam, similar to a poetry slam for those of you who are familiar. We have Oren Bendelstein, the director of our Resurf Israel program. An amazing guy. He has surfboards here that you can design through the arts and through the extreme sports of surfing and the like, how we can connect through prayer through that. We have create your own sessions, how creating your own Torah ideas can help you connect in different ways. There's so many different options. What we're going to do as we walk through the crowd over here, and I don't trip and die on that surfboard, is that we're going to make sure that we can stop into all the different rooms. Right now we have 4 different areas. We basically have our red, our green, our blue, and our yellow. So we're going to try to stop through all of those. Thank you, Rabbi Green. We're going to try to stop through some of those different classrooms to see exactly where we're going and what we're going to see the teens experiencing through these sessions. So let's go. Guys, everybody wave hi. You're live. Wave hi. Hello. Let's go. Everybody's live. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Is there anybody in here? Okay. So right now we're going through stomp, different ways of dancing, prayer. So let's check in on the stomp to see what's going on. We're not going to really interrupt, but we're just going to come on in. What's going on, guys? Come on in, Mark. Each person trying to find where their place is, different sense of community, how everybody's different sounds and experiences create part of a bigger picture, a bigger structure. We have Tani Polanski, amazing advisor, Southern NCSY, doing a great job. Leading the session, we have Palm Beach director Manu Hass with us right now. So I don't know where if we can get on the camera. We have Manu Hass with us from Palm Beach. Amazing, one of our senior staff members is here in the room with the stop team. Nice to see everyone. This is amazing. Everybody, thank God, having a great time. They're going to wrap it all together. Tani's going to wrap it all together so everybody can understand exactly what's going on. It's more than just fun. There's meaning to everything we do. Guys, let's go this way.
Yeah.
There's drum circle. So I think we're going to go to the drum circle as well, and video making. Kind of different ways that we can put together different pieces of art and experience in order to connect. So let's see what's going on in the drum circle. So when we were here for the staff conference a couple weeks ago, we saw the drum circle live. We did experiential education for all of the staff members that work at NCSY full-time. The two gentlemen over there are senior citizens in the room. They're the ones who are running today's session. San Diego, NCSY, been on Euro Ice, TJJAP, so many different teams from around the country coming together through sessions like these, creating a bigger social structure and a Jewish connection for all the different teams from around the country, the U.S. and South America. Really some beautiful stuff. Right now, we are in the yellow section. What we're going to do is we're going to take a hike to the other side. We're going to go blue and we're going to go red. Right here we have yellow and green. What we're going to do is we're going to go blue-red. We have so many different, thank God, so many different camera crews going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the other side to make sure that we can grab all of the different sessions. Again, guys, everybody here is live. Make sure you're waving. Make sure you're waving. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Say hi to Mom and Dad. Don't forget to thank them for allowing you to come. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. Thank God. Why?
Growth.
Okay. So let's go. We're going to continue going to the blue and red section over here. This is the executive meeting center of the hotel. All the breakout rooms are what we use for a lot of our different sessions, whether we're here for the staff conference, for the summer staff training, but obviously right now we're here, Yarchei Kallah 2017. Really some amazing, amazing stuff going on. Right now we're in blue. We're going to check out, is there anything going on in blue too? Creating a Torah source sheet. We're going to stop it in blue too, see what's going on. Being run by Rabbi Ari Zucker of New Jersey, NCSY. Right now we're going into the TED Talk session, so we're just going to be very quiet as we go in here. The team's watching different TED Talks. That inspiration. For those of you who don't know what they are, all about people being able to present one idea. Everybody can take away something, whether it's from any TED Talk. There's one takeaway from every talk. what the teens are going to be doing in here is they're going to be taking, they're each going to be presenting a one piece of daf. There's so many different components, but each team is going to pick their own piece to present. And those presentations are going to be what's going to help themselves and other teens create a sense of better knowledge and understanding of the different prayers that we have. So really amazing. Each team has the opportunity to present something that speaks to them regarding prayer, to present that both to themselves, like we said, and to some of the other teens. We mentioned before we have Oren Bendelstein, our director of the resurf program. We're going to go stop in and see what's going on. Obviously, we have the wetsuit, really cool stuff. And right now we have a session going on in here.
Like what research does, right? And what we're going to be doing this coming summer. And then from there, we're going to go into an awesome, fun, interactive surfboard painting event. The surfboard is going to be painting. We'll be going to
Learning about the Resurf Israel summer program that NCSY is running this summer with Director Oren Bendelstein. Amazing what they're doing, and as you can see, through building relationships with the underprivileged in Israel over the summer. That's part of the social action, social services, social entrepreneurship, where they're getting to work with these underprivileged children in Israel through the concept of recycling, refurbishing, teaching them all about what it means to be part of community, building relationships with these teams, designing different surfboards and other aquamarine equipment, and putting them into action as the weeks go on. It's really amazing stuff, and you can see getting shots of the surfboards and the teens in here. As you can see, we have some protection for the floor. We're going to be doing some design, some work over here on the boards, refurbishing them, and that's what they're going to experience on the summer for those 40 teens that experience Resurf Israel with us in summer 2018. We're going to thank you, Oren, for having us. Amazing. We're going to work our way now back towards leaving the blue area, now making our way towards the reds. Really some amazing stuff going on. We're going to see if we can hop into some of the different sessions that are going on across the board. We have so many amazing teams. We have Elon Brownstein and the Y Studs that are here doing some beatboxing and some a cappella singing, teaching teens how you can connect to prayer through song and through melody. Really, really amazing stuff. We're going to hop in as soon as all the teens get in there. Maybe we can catch their introduction. How are we doing? So again, right here with Elon Brownstein.
Super excited to be learning how to beatbox right now, how to express yourself using just your mouth. It's going to happen in just a couple of minutes. All these teams are going to be beatboxing professionals, basically.
You heard it. Guaranteed beatboxing professional. If not, you get a full refund from Elon at the end of Yarchei Kallah. That's exactly what I heard. He's got some equipment here with us. Let's see what's going on.
How's everyone doing? I don't know if the mic yet, but I will soon. So as you saw, beatboxing is about making drum sounds and other fun sound effect sounds with only your voice.
Elon teaching the teens about what it means to beatbox, to use different sounds, specifically drum sounds, using your voice in order to use your mouth as a way to connect to prayer and through prayer.
Even a drum is something that someone else built, but with singing and instead of a beatbox, you are using God-given authority. You're using just your mouth, and it's really fun. The other really cool thing about beatboxing is that you're able to create sounds that really don't sound like human sounds as you listen to. So, first of all, you guys all learn how I started beatbox, and I want to walk you through some of how I started.
Elon Brownstein, a former NCSYer from Portland, NCSY, sharing his story with the teens in the base measures earlier, about how he came to beatboxing. He was actually born in Ketchikan, Alaska, and his family moved to Portland to have more of a Jewish life for their children. At the time, not a Shomer Shabbat household, and as the teens themselves started to become maybe a little bit more observant, he and his sister would walk 9 miles. It was about 3.5 hours just to walk to the nearest Orthodox shul. And that's where, after all of the many conversations he would have with his sister, there's only so much you could talk about. He started to work on other things, other skills, other attributes, and he came up with beatboxing. And this is what we're listening to now. This is literally all human sound. There's a speaker just amplifying the sound. This is completely man-made sound. Really cool stuff. As you can see, teens are starting to just pile in by the door because they know Elon's here. He was on America's Got Talent. Amazing, amazing stuff. I think we're going to work our way out of the room. I think we're going to come stop back here a little bit later. Just wanted to give you some of the intro that Elon's going to be going through with some of the teens. Very close family friend, Leora Trencher, learning with her advisor, Chedva Wiagas. This is what Yarchei Kallah is all about. Sometimes you have the informal, sometimes you have the formal learning as well. There's so much going on at Yarchei Kallah and opportunities to continue the learning and relationships that you have with advisors. Really, thank God, some amazing stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here, head to Red 4, where Miss Sari Khan, director of Camp Maor for NCSY Summer, is giving an entire session to her teens as well. Let's make our way in. Guys, make sure everybody's waving. Everybody wave hi to mom and dad. It's just what are we doing right here, right now in Red 4? What are we doing right here, right now? This game is being able to count to 21, where you just throw out a number. There's no particular order, and everybody you have to get to 1 to 21 without two people saying the same number at the same time. If you have two people or more that say the same number, you start again at 0 or 1. It's all about teamwork, coming together, and how we have the concept of Barov Am Hadras Melech. When there are more people, it's more glorifying for God. When everybody can come together on the same page and unite, Achdus, unity, camaraderie, is everything that Judaism is about, especially through prayer. Thanks, Sari, for having us. We have Mark Fine, just as we're strolling the hallways, director of TJJ AP for NCSY Summer. Amazing. I'll give them all the details over here. Thank God. And we're making our way through. Guys, watch out. What's going on over here? Guys, let's keep it going. We have some of our singers over here. This is our a cappella group. We have my main man, Elliot Birdie, spells first name the same way, so obviously we're very, very close. Reading some sheet music over here, how to connect to prayer through singing. So let's check it out. We're here with the Y Studs, one of the YU-based a cappella groups. So many different people, they're learning about different sounds, different notes, different octaves. We're going to make our way towards the front, see exactly what's going on.
Then go up one note. So try that, just. Yeah, do that.
Obviously, you can see we had some of the boys outside before, now we have the girls
really
inside over here.
In acapella, the syllables are huge because we can just go do 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 or da da da, but to make a dynamic sound, a really, really big thing is using different sort of sounds to create a lot of different feels. So you start off.
How to create a different feel through prayer, through using different sounds. Really amazing stuff.
Try that. So you're going to be holding that same note and then dropping back down. So try that again.
Just do a little bit. Some of the girls sing. We're going to make our way back outside with some of the guys over here. And we have some of the guys over here with some of our other some of our other wise studs.
The third note and the fourth note are the same the second time we do the chorus.
Can we get a demonstration for everybody watching at home?
Oh, buddy, everyone watching at home. Hi,
Let's go, guys.
everyone.
Let's go. Let's get a little demonstration.
You guys want to do the chorus? Ready, 2, 3, we're descending. Getting there.
Amazing stuff,
It's all
guys.
coming together.
Thanks for the quick interruption, guys. Continue to kill it. You guys are doing awesome. And again, obviously, thank you to the Wise Studs for coming for the a cappella learning session over here and the concert they're going to put on a little bit later today. Those are basically some of our experiential sessions that the teens are experiencing now, how to connect through prayer, through different things. One of the ones we didn't get to see was one of the dance ones, but really amazing stuff going on here. Teens being able to connect to prayer through different aspects, whether it's through sound and melody, camaraderie, brotherhood, whether it's through speech, whether it's through presentation. Really amazing stuff. We're going to cut now to our sessions later today. We'll see you in a few hours. Thanks, guys.
Oh, it sounds like a party in here. We've got to check it out. Let's go. Oh, snap. Check it out. It's lit in here. It is lit in here. We are literally dropping the beat. Yo, what's your name? What's your name?
Topanga.
Topanga, what are you doing?
Stomping.
Hey, you dropping a beat?
Yeah.
You expressing yourself?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Keep it going. Let's go. What's your name, girl? I'm fine. What's your name?
Kaylee.
Can I get on this? Yeah. Let's go. Hey. All right. Why'd you choose this segment?
Because I like banging on things.
I like banging on things too. Make lots of noise. Do you know any of your friends here?
These are all my friends.
Where are you from?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado, all the way from Denver, Colorado. We have Kaylee Collin, Regional President of Southwest, participating in Stomp.
What?
How do you feel about this?
I'm having a great time, honestly.
Having a great time. What's your name?
Maya.
Are you having a great time?
Yeah.
Are you expressing yourself?
Yeah.
Are you dropping the beat?
I am.
Do you want to drop the mic? You can't drop the mic. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Sorry. All right. We can't drop the mic. All right. What's up, Coral? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you dropping the beat right now?
Huh?
Are you dropping a beat right now?
I am.
When is your next album drop?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Right now, Coral's album, her own Stomp album, is dropping tomorrow. I don't even know if you can hear anything I'm saying, but listen to the music. Listen to the music. See, each person by themselves is just a simple sound, but everyone together, this is called music. This is what the kids are listening to nowadays, but this is what it's all about. No matter what your beat is, just express yourself. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. You feel the energy. You feel the livelihood. You feel the energy in here. All right. How do you feel after that? How do you feel after that?
I feel inspired.
Inspired. How about you?
I feel amazing. I'm excited.
How do you think this connects to prayer?
It allows us to express ourselves in a new way.
So why'd you choose Stomp specifically?
I really like Stomp. We do it every year at our school, so I thought we could bring it here at NCSY.
You're gonna bring it back to your school? That you connect it to prayer, maybe? Would that be an idea?
Yeah, of course. You know.
What's been your favorite part of this Yarchei Kallah convention so far, Ms. Kaylee?
Stomp.
Stomp has been your favorite part. All right, and yours?
My favorite part. Stomp's pretty legit.
Stomp is pretty legit. It's pretty lit. All right, now we gotta quit, but no, I'm joking. This is not the rapping portion of the day, but this is literally only day 2 of Yarchei Kallah. How many days do we have left? 5. Trick question, sorry. We're on vacation, we don't do math. All right, thank you, all right. You're a senior, right? Yeah, good luck, all right, good. I'm kidding, you're gonna do great. Keep being. All right. Wait, what are you gonna name your band? Here, we have the leader, Tani Polanski, live. Tani, what are you gonna name your band?
I don't know. What are we naming our band, guys?
We need a vote. We need a vote.
Say well, Tess.
Prayer
Pops?
Say well.
Prayer Pops.
No.
Prayer Pops? That sounds like
a frozen delicacy. Guys, not me. No. Right. Stump the yard. Stump the yard. No, sure. You guys, I would buy tickets to your show. Okay. Give me a beat right now. Give me a beat. Ready? Go. Dropping the beat at Yarchei Kallah. Are you having fun? I'm having the best time ever! Amazing. I'll send you the bill for my hearing aid, but thank you so much. All right, we're running out. Thank you, guys! We're expressing ourselves through prayer is through poetry. I'm here right now. We're live from the Poetry Slam room. Everyone's going into individual poems by other writers, but of course writing their own personal pieces that hopefully maybe they'll be sharing with us. Excuse me. Hi, what's your name?
Frida Katz.
Frida, where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Awesome. Go Cowboys. So why'd you choose poetry as your expression?
Because I actually write poetry for fun, and it's something that helps me express myself, whether it be like Judaism-wise, or like if I'm just going through something, or if I'm just really happy about something, like I jot it down in my journal. And yeah, because like I feel like it's a really ultimate like expression of emotion. So
Amazing. And when did you start doing that?
I'm gonna say sophomore year of high school, and I'm a senior now, so I guess like 2 years. Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to hear a couple of your pieces, or this group you would want to share, or you keep it personal?
I don't know. I don't really keep personal anymore as much, but we'll see. I don't know yet.
Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for your time. Good luck with everything. Nice to meet you. All right, let's keep going. See, what I find fascinating is that each individual poem is so different, representing really the vulnerability and the soul of that person writing that piece. Maybe we could bother some here. I don't want to interrupt, but want to get to know a couple of participants. This is Aaron Roller. He is representing as the leader of this group.
What's your name?
Sorry?
Sorry? What's your name?
Oh, Dahlia.
Dahlia, and where are you from?
Ottawa, Canada.
I could tell you're very polite already. So thank you. So why did you choose to come to this segment of expressing yourself?
Because I think poetry is really cool and I really enjoy it.
Do you write poetry now?
Yeah.
When did you start writing?
A few years ago. Yeah.
And what kind of different poetry is there? Let's say I've never heard of this poetry. I know from third grade English, but how can you really tell me like a short gist of what it's like?
Well, there's all different kinds. You can have like the ones that rhyme, the ones that don't really. The ones that we're doing now is more like slam poetry, so it's like more of a talking, like feelings kind of poetry. I don't know.
Have you participated in a slam poetry competition before, or an open mic night?
No. I've done one at school before, but other than that, no.
So what are the different topics that you write about? Have you written about?
All different types of things. I don't know. A lot about like other girls. It's more like I don't know. I like writing about like
Just everything, because you can write about everything. So how do you feel prayer connects to this certain area?
Well, I think prayers is poetry. I think it's everything that you say to Hashem, everything you believe. All of it's poetry. All of it, whenever you speak to Hashem, it's all coming from your heart, and that's the center of poetry, I think.
Well, you can't say it better than that. Thank you so much for your time, and we don't want to interrupt you. Let us know if you want to share with us. Thank you so much. All right. Actually, one of the original poets in Judaism, is King David himself was a poet. He was a musician. He expressed himself through prayer, not just reading through the text, but there's so many different ways. You saw in the drum circle, you see poetry slam, and you might get to see in stomp. But we have many, many, many different ways that really, show the individualization of what it's like to pray. It's not just from a book. It's anyone can do it. Let's look in here. Sorry. Don't mind us.
Checking in with oneself. Where am I right now in relation to God? Where am I in relation to the world? Where am I in relation to people? I'm misaligned. I'm out of balance. And I'm not asking God for things. I'm asking God for me to get myself out of the way so that I can be aligned with His will. I know that's like a little. It requires an active imagination. I'll put it that way. And the word tefillah is linked to the word imagination. If I could imagine something, if I can imagine myself in a different situation, if I could dream my way out of this, dreaming, prophecy, prayer, they're all related. They're absolutely all related. And in fact, Rav Soloveitchik very famously said when prophecy ended, that's when prayer began. And so what we're doing here is prophetic. We're creating something. We're being prophets, really. We're channeling something. Did you pick that up?
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
In Germany, Judaism is like the fair. It only comes down once a year, and that's Am Echad. We team up with Am Echad, which is an organization which caters to Jewish youth. The families are basically coming from the former Soviet Union. Their Jewish exposure is slim to none. We bring Jolt here to bring the inspiration, to bring ruach, to bring excitement, to bring Torah, to bring education to the Jewish youth and the next future Jewish generation in Germany.
Some of these kids have no past experience. They've never said Shema before. They've never said a bracha. Some of these kids have never put on tefillin. They've never experienced a Shabbos before, and they come here with so much passion and so much want to be part of something real, to be part of a family. And you could just see it in their faces, in their smiles, in their eyes when they're sitting around a circle, singing on the top of their lungs Shema Yisrael.
I go to public school and I live somewhere where there aren't many Jews. I've spoken to a lot of the kids about things like keeping Shabbos at home, keeping kosher at home, wearing skirts to school, stuff like that. A lot of them have like similar perspectives to me. A lot of them can relate to the same things as I can.
In Poland, we went from camp to camp one day after the next. I didn't feel comfortable there. We came from a place where there was no Judaism. Now we're in Denmark, where we're literally lighting a torch again, where we're bringing Judaism back.
I thought that Judaism is only praying and you can't have fun, you have to do all this mitzvot and it's boring. And when I come here the second time, it was, I don't know, it was amazing. The people, the program, you have so much fun and it's absolutely different as I thought.
Sometimes you feel like you're alone, and here you have so many people, you want Amachat.
When I see the kids who come from communities where they don't have the option to be religious and they don't have kosher food and things are so hard for them, it gives me a really big appreciation for my community and my family and my friends and how easy it is for me to be a religious Jew.
We could take any place in the world. It could be in Denmark, it could be in Poland, it could be in the streets of Krakow, and we can make any place holy together.
For the youth in Germany, Judaism comes around only once a year. But for the rest of us, well, that's why we come to Israel.
All right, welcome back to Yarchei Kallah Live. I believe I'm speaking here with an alumnus of Yarchei Kallah. What's your name again?
Eliana Halley.
Eliana Halley. When did you come on Yarchei Kallah?
9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade.
Wow, so you were a 4-year Yarchei Kallah.
4 years.
And now you're here for your 5th year of Yarchei Kallah.
I'm an advisor now.
As an advisor
yes.
now? That's pretty awesome. Which region are you an advisor?
Central East.
I take from that was the region that you grew up in.
It was. Best region.
Where are you from originally?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
Making
Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Judge Danny Butler, the famous Judge Danny Butler is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He's the Jewish people over there.
Yes.
So you came to Yarchei Kallah for 4 years.
4 years.
Tell us a little bit about your experience when you were here as a teen.
As a teen, I kind of came in like not really knowing much, but I just like felt so connected and I loved the learning so much, and so I just wanted to come back every single year. And the first year we did Megillas Esther. Second year we did, I think, Parshas Bereshis maybe.
Okay.
Pirkei Avos was 1 year, and the 4th year, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was a sefer. I think it was like Derech Hashem or like one of those. And I brought all them with me to seminary, and I got to like bring what I learned in high school with me to Israel, and it was really amazing.
Wow. What type of background did you come from? What type of school did you go to?
It's really complicated, but my family is very like traditional, I guess you could say. I went to public school for a couple of years, and then I switched to Jewish day school in 10th grade.
Okay.
And that's why helped me do that.
Okay, great. And Rabbi Ari Goldberg was in Pittsburgh,
yes,
Pennsylvania.
he's our rabbi.
You still keep in touch with him? You still?
Of course.
All the time?
All the time.
He's a special man. He's
a
special man. So where did you go to seminary?
Yarchei Moriah.
Yarchei Moriah. Now you're back, and what are you doing with yourself now?
Now I'm home. I'm living in Pittsburgh. I'm doing NCSY. I go to college in Pittsburgh.
Cool.
And I'm moving to New York next semester. I'm going to go to Torah, Landers.
Wow.
And I'm going to continue doing NCSY.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. From Pittsburgh to the big city. Are you ready for that?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I think I got this.
Okay. It should be exciting, and should be with good luck. Any messages you want to give off to the teens here today, or the teens just in general, the people out there, in terms of what NCSY Yarchei Kallah has meant in your life, and what people should make of it?
I think you should just like take it every single moment and try to make the best of it, because it's so short, but it's so amazing. And just take everything you've learned on this week with you for the rest of your life, because really it can get you as far as being an advisor one day.
Great line, and there you go. You heard it, from an alumnus, a 5-year person now, 4 years as a student and 1 year as an advisor. The life-changing impact they could have that you just want to keep on coming back for more. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your time here. Enjoy the move to New York. Keep going. Check it out over here. Things always happening. Things going on. It looks like we have a pretty vibrant staff group right over here. We have David Prince, a former NCSYer himself. We have Rabbi Moshe Benovitz, a former NCSYer himself.
Indeed.
And Rabbi Derek Gorman, not a former NCSYer himself. And Rabbi Yehuda Marilis. Not a former NCSYer himself. So why don't we start with Israel?
We can play Family Feud. Dave and I against...
Why don't we start with Israel first? Because Rabbi Benovitz from Israel. David's somewhat local. Where are you living now, David?
We live in Queens.
In Queens. Rabbi Benovitz is in Israel, and then we have California over here. We'll get to you guys. We'll get to you guys. But Rabbi, when did you come into the U.S. just now?
Just this morning.
Just this morning.
I've only been here for a few hours.
And how's it going so far?
Invigorating. It's amazing. There's no jet lag when you're at Yarchei Kallah.
What do you anticipate as your high point of Yarchei Kallah over the next? What do we have left? 3.5 days.
Every minute is a high point, and that is just not an exaggeration. My kids back home are envious. I had my daughter with me last year. She was just, she couldn't believe how lucky I was to be able to come back and to be able to be here every year. And nothing wakes you up, excites you, and energizes you like being with the future of the Jewish people.
And that's probably what gets you excited, to put in 24-hour days on NCSY Kollel every single summer for weeks and weeks.
It is. It absolutely is.
Could you tell the crowd a little bit about just the stamina of keeping up and the excitement of education and being able to go ahead and
you feed off the energy. That's all it is, plain and simple. You can't generate it on your own, and that's why, as a professional and as a lover of NCSY and as a person who has seen I'm speaking about myself personally. You mentioned I was an NCSYer. I attended Yarchei Kallah's in New Jersey NCSY when I was in high school, and I've always fed off the energy, continue to feed off the energy. That's the only way.
It's a beautiful thing. It's kind of like going to a sports game also. You know, all the players, they feed off of the crowd.
That's right.
So
that's what it is.
But the difference is that in Yarchei Kallah and in any NCSY program, the teens are the players actually, and they're feeding off of our energy as well.
You bet they are.
And there's a great crowd of energy over here. David, I remember years ago we sat together in that conference room over there, and you were talking about how you were an NCSYer.
That's right. Although I think our first Yarchei Kallah experience was.
Did I catch you doing something?
No. I actually never attended a Yarchei Kallah as an NCSYer, but was running vans back and forth.
True.
And nearly cutting it close to Shabbos. But the excitement, I guess, of preparing for Yarchei Kallah is pretty incredible.
Pretty incredible. Okay, we'll leave out the NCSYer days.
Yes.
Yes. Rav Derek and Rav Yehuda. Any message you want to give off as your first national Yarchei Kallah you guys have attended? I know last year you ran a West Coast Yarchei Kallah. How many teams were at that West Coast Yarchei Kallah last year?
We had 80 teams last year.
Okay.
It was great. It was a different time of the year. It wasn't in competition, but we did have this winter regional that was the same that was in competition. Someone signed 10 years ago a 10-year contract that we were stuck in until last year being the 10th of that contract. We're very excited this year to be able to shift our focus and shift our calendar a little bit so that we have a fall regional and we're able to take a big cohort of our students out here to the West.
How are your students enjoying so far?
Loving it.
Amazing.
Loving it. They're feeding off the energy. Rav Yehuda, you worked a lot. You're in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And you sent a cohort to be with Rabbi Benovitz and Rav Derek over the summer.
Yes,
you worked with them.
amazing.
You didn't send them. They went themselves to go to NCSY Kollel for the summer. How are they enjoying it? I met a couple of them over there.
They're having an amazing time over here. They're learning, like they've learned back in Kollel Mechina this past summer, and what I can give them now during the year in NCSY is nothing compared to what they got this past summer, and to be able to give them this opportunity to join 380 teens over here at Yarchei Kallah and learning Bahasmada and really feeling like they're part of something amazing is really incredible, and I thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it's
it's
empowering, it's incredible, and just watching these teens grow year to year. The most unbelievable thing for me, this is my 7th Yarchei Kallah, is watching teens come back as advisors, and then even just to come by and visit afterwards, because you know that it was something that transformed their life, and they never want to let it go. And how many years have you been in NCSY now?
This is my 8th year, first Yarchei Kallah.
First Yarchei Kallah. How many years?
This is my 10th year.
10th year. How many years, Rabbi Benovitz?
A bunch.
Many. David?
I think probably about 5-7 years.
5-7 years. There you go. We have a collective 473 years of NCSY experience amongst these prestigious 4 fellows. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Keep doing what you do. Keep inspiring. As we move on over here, we are going to continue on further, and we're going to find some NCSYers. We're going to find some kids. They're actually in the programs. That's a great thing to be able to not be able to find any NCSY teens walking around. So we're going to go ahead and find them ourselves. They won't have to find us this time. As we head on in this way, I believe that there's some teens hanging out right here. That's a good place to be. Let's meet some people. Hi. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hi. What's your name?
Yael.
Yael.
Zaretsky.
Where are you from?
Rochester, New York.
Very nice to meet you, Yael Zaretsky from Rochester, New York. There you go. That was pretty good. What's your name?
Tova Lightman from
Tova.
Teaneck, New Jersey.
Wow, Teaneck, New Jersey. Rochester and Teaneck coming together.
We went on a summer program together.
Really?
We went on TJJ Ambassadors together this summer.
How was it?
It's really fun.
What was the highlight? Well, if you remember back to a memory, something that happened, the best part of TJJA, as they say.
I liked the last night a lot because we spent the whole night in the old city of Jerusalem, and we just stayed there like for hours until like 3 a.m. in the morning, like
Wow.
right by the Kotel. I thought it was pretty fun.
Was that your first NCSY program you were on?
It was my first summer program, yeah.
Are you going to go back this summer for another summer program?
I don't know, but I'm definitely going to go back to Israel someday.
Okay, awesome. Live it
Yeah.
up, enjoy it. And you are an advisor?
I am an advisor.
Here, you can take the mic.
Oh.
You can take the mic, there you go.
Oh, thank
and,
you. You might
where-
not get it back.
You're from Teaneck originally, and what do
I
you
am
do with
from-
yourself now besides being an NCSY advisor?
I am in graduate school for genetics.
Wow, cool.
Yes, at NCSY when I can.
That's awesome. That's good to be able to devote your time to doing that. Why do you find it important to go ahead and devote your time to NCSY?
NCSY is an unbelievable organization filled with inspiration that I'm coming basically as an advisor, and I'm keep gaining it from every single person who's speaking. Everyone here just wants to grow, to be in an environment which is just wanting to learn from other people and accepting of anyone where they are, who they are. Couldn't give that up even in graduate school.
I hear that. I hear that.
So I'm back.
It's a good reason to be here. I will let you guys continue your conversation. Thank you for letting me interrupt the conversation. They usually say when two people are talking to never go and interrupt, but when you have a camera and a microphone, there's always an exception. There's always an exception to that rule. Thank you very much. Staff constantly learning over there. Here, let's head over this way. Let's see what's going on where there's noise. Which room has the noise? This one? We're back in the drum room. The expression of prayer and the expression of communicating through noise.
That the inspiration for that rhythm was when someone saw somebody riding a camel across the desert, and the rider is rocking up and back, and that created that. And you know, I believe it. I think it's a good story. Has anybody in our group ever ridden a camel?
He's asking about riding camels. I think most of this group have ridden camels. Ridden camels in Israel on an NCSY summer program. And the beat that they did was the camel beat. Hey, they're going to learn another rhythm now. So maybe the microphone will be able to pick up some noise. Let's check out what's going to happen over here.
This is a rhythm from another part of the world. This rhythm is very popular.
They're going to go ahead.
It actually originated in Africa.
An African rhythm.
People from Africa brought their rhythms over to different countries, and Brazil adopted this particular rhythm. It's called the samba. Everybody hear the samba?
They can do the samba rhythm. We'll give this another minute.
Like this. Samba! We can do better than that. Samba! Samba! Great, thank you. This is how we learn the samba. So pay attention for a moment. Don't play. Thank you. To learn this rhythm, we use words again. So imagine we're going to take this big dog for a walk. If you have a dog, you know you're going to take the dog for a walk. So these are the words. If you could say, walk the big dog. Let me hear you. Walk the big dog. You know this one? Oh, you know it? Oh, cool. Were you in my group before?
All right, we're going to keep going. They're busy learning new rhythms as a form of expression. Let's head into another room with the one and only Rick Magder filming. We could be on live TV for a minute. You're doing film production. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you. I figured I had to come visit. Who? we're gonna head on out. Their film production doesn't really have much. Action to it live. You know what? Let's head all the way down the hallway. We'll go check out what the poets are doing and be able to hear about how they're expressing themselves through words and through beat. As we head on down to Professor Yehoshua November's room, where they had started self-exploration and discovery, and we had a glimpse inside his past about how he became a poet really through family heritage and family lineage. So we are back here. We have Professor Yeshua November, Aaron Roller, and Dr. Broder, and everyone is going ahead and working on their emotions, working on their thoughts, and how to turn that into writing.
And that can become a poem that stand alone. And then there's most of the time when I'm writing, it's stuff. And then after, and that's why, and it's terrible. That's why I made a rule for myself that I could never, and I never follow it, but I should never send out a poem that I just finished working on.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You have to, when you finish working on the poem, then you have to put it aside for at least a couple weeks, and then you come back to it with more objectivity, and you won't convince yourself that something very poor is great, is your masterpiece. But it's the other way around also. The things that you dismiss, you might end up being very good. So you don't want to crumple it up like you guys are doing.
If you could take a pen over here of hard at work, lots of thoughts and ideas. We're not copying your writing. E.T., this is his poem so far. What have you learned? And besides that, you shouldn't crumble up your papers. What has been something that you've learned about self-expression and turning it in, translating that into writing and poems?
That's a great question. That's a great question right there. I think that the keys are to just remember that in the particulars, you could see the universality.
That's a great line. You should put that in your poem.
Mm-hmm. That's just a modification of what I learned.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate the depth and the meaning behind all that. Welcome back to Yarchei Kallah Live. We are back in studio after a long day, listening to teens, watching teens, experiencing teens, expressing themselves through different forms of art, music, poetry, and really just having a great fun time. We got to meet with some staff, we got to meet with some advisors, we got to meet with some alumni of NCSY and multiple Yarchei Kallahs. We are back in studio now, and I am honored to be sharing this interview with Rabbi Eitan Katz, our regional director from New Jersey, based out of Teaneck, New Jersey, but yet all over the state. What other cities are you in, Rabbi Katz? First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank
We're
you,
happy
Stephen.
to have you. Thank you for making the trip up here. What cities are? I don't work as closely with New Jersey as I used to. What cities are you currently in?
Well, first of all, New Jersey hasn't been the same since you moved out of town. But at the moment, we're in from southern New Jersey. We're in Twin Rivers. We're in East Brunswick, Highland Park, West Orange, Livingston, the whole Metro West area, Fair Lawn, a little bit in Passaic, and largely in Teaneck.
Wow, for a small state, that's actually a lot of ground to cover. You must get good mileage on your car heading around all over the place.
Well, the truth is I don't spend much time in New Jersey, as you well know. I spend most of my airline miles on United flying across the country.
That's right, you do. I know that you like going on lots of vacations all around the country. But I was actually gonna lead into that. You know, there's you have a lot of teens all around New Jersey. You work closely with many different institutions, both day school and public school. You work closely with a lot of parents. You have a strong lay board of supporters and people that you work closely with. But it seems that a lot of your energy, enthusiasm, excitement, and a lot of what you're doing with the teens of New Jersey extends well past the state line bordering Pennsylvania and Delaware, but really going ahead and heading to other cities.
So that is true. As you know, New Jersey is well known for our chesed missions, our disaster relief missions across the country. Recently, primarily in Houston, post-Hurricane Harvey. And the goal of these chesed missions really is, we try to find always what gets kids excited. We have a lot of meetings, we do a lot of work with Great Adventure, and they ask us the same question: what is it today that excites the teens? Is it a faster roller coaster, a higher roller coaster? What is it that will get any teenager out of their house, off their computer, off their iPads and phones to do something? And the reality is, we found it. Nothing excites Jewish teens more than helping other people.
Wow.
And that's really incredible.
It's such a fundamental piece. Olam Chesed Yibaneh.
Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Tikkun Olam, these are basic Jewish concepts, basic Torah concepts that we believe in. And more than anything else, kids just want to go out and give. They're looking for help other people, do good, have an impact. The most common question from the beginning, from the days of the Torah is, what is my purpose in life? And kids find their purpose in life through knocking down walls in Houston, through food banks, through helping other people, through senior citizens' homes. For every possible act of volunteerism, chesed activities, that's where kids are really finding what their purpose in life is at the moment.
Did they? Was there an immediate call to action to go down for Hurricane Harvey? A lot of the missions that I'm aware of that you've done in the past, kind of maybe a little bit after the natural disaster took place, I imagine that you jumped right on the opportunity, and there's probably an outpouring of support from the kids.
So not only was there an outpouring of support, we were the first group from out of state to arrive in Houston.
Wow.
As the pilot did welcome us and thanked us for our service. What I always find amazing is the trust that parents have in us to send their teens to places that are a little bit uncharted.
Right.
We're in the process of putting together trips to Puerto Rico as well. So the parents have a tremendous amount of trust in our ability and our safety, which obviously is always our primary concern. But the kids also, the kids hear about a chesed mission, and still to this day, for every one spot available, we have at least 3.5, 4 applicants.
Wow, it's unbelievable. Do you have one specific story or something you want to share from what happened in Houston, either about helping somebody or a teen helping somebody and then helping themselves?
So we went to one person's house, an Orthodox Jew named Ronnie, and we were knocking down his walls. And we were taking down beforehand wedding pictures of his kids, pictures of his grandchildren, and he asked me to step outside for a few moments, and I felt bad because I was knocking down walls with the kids. I didn't want to take a break. And he goes, "You really need some fresh air." And I sat outside with him, and he goes, having someone tear apart your house is very demoralizing. He goes, "It's really even a little bit depressing." He goes, "But I gotta tell you a story," and had him repeat this story to the kids. He goes, "I used to have a Rolex watch." And I said, "Ronnie," I said, "you know what a Rolex watch costs, don't you?" He goes, "Yeah, I used to have one." He goes, "And it meant everything to me." He goes, "I loved my Rolex." He goes, "I shined it, I polished it." He goes, "I loved my Rolex." And so one day I was outside my house, my kids were indoors, and someone came up to me and pointed a gun at my head. He goes, and said, "Give me your watch." He goes, I closed my eyes as tight as I can. He goes, "Take my watch, take my wallet." He goes, "All I cared about was the fact that my kids should not find their father killed on the front doorstep." Because from that moment on, I realized a watch is just possessions. You're knocking down my walls, you're knocking down my house, it's just possessions. Because the family, Jewish values, our Torah, our children, because in the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I was walking around the rooms before with the different expressions, and I was in the room with the art, and the kids were expressing their tefillah, their Shmona Esrei, through different pieces of artwork, and there was some pretty deep, sense there of what's really a priority in this world and what's not a priority in this world. Are there any teens that joined you on the Houston mission that are here now?
So there are some kids from the Houston mission who are here now, actually kids from Twin Rivers. And what they experience on these chesed missions is just amazing. We helped one family. Something sounds very, very simple. We delivered beds.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a very simple act of delivering beds. And we had to carry the beds up 3 flights of stairs because the elevators were out. And it ended up being this Israeli family. Guy was a war veteran. Very tough typical tough Israeli soldier.
You don't know anybody like that,
I know
do
nothing
you?
about that.
Nothing about that.
And the guy started crying.
You were a desk officer, right?
I was a paratrooper, my dear friend. As you well know, I was a paratrooper. And this guy started crying. And that does not happen often. He says to me, he goes, my kids, their backs hurt, their necks have a creak in them. He goes, I am not an observant Jew. He goes, but my kids have not slept on a bed in a month.
Wow.
And he goes, I never thought that people like existed to just go around helping other people. I was back in Houston a few weeks later at a Southwest Shabbaton, and suddenly this guy ended up in shul.
Wow.
He runs up to me in the middle of davening Shabbos morning, gives me a big hug and a kiss.
Wow, wow.
That little aspect of huge impact of delivering beds helped bring this person back to Judaism.
Yeah. It's an unbelievable thing. And it's unbelievable how connected we all are, that you were in Houston back for a Southwest Shabbaton, how we really are one family here. I'd be curious to know whether, we could go around informally, but whether any of the kids that came from New Jersey and there's a huge contingency of Houston kids here, of whether they remember each other, or even know each other, recognize each other. But Rabbi Katz, it's really unbelievable what you're doing, and it's really symbolic of what we look to do in NCSY, and even what Yarchei Kallah is about. It's about self-discovery. It's about teen empowerment. It's about being able to go dig deep within oneself in order to be able to figure out who they are and what they're doing and what their role is in this world. And how long have you been with NCSY now?
12 years.
12 years. You've probably worked with, seen, experienced countless teens and adults who have really, their life has become transformed through the incredible work of NCSY. Thank you, Rabbi Katz.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the interview, appreciate the time, and thank you everyone for continuing to join us on Yarchei Kallah Live. We'll be back momentarily. Please remember to go to ncsy.org/YK Live and continue to support the incredible work that we are doing. Have a great day and see you soon.
Jolt Israel is a premier leadership training program where we take kids who are either leaders or emerging as leaders with real leadership skills, and we teach them how to take their leadership skills and ideas from inception to fruition.
Everything we do on Jolt Israel is geared towards and focused towards this component of teaching leadership. What our Jolters were able to do is we're able to provide a framework together with Zichron Menachem for a camp here, a beautiful location, Kibbutz Lavi. Zichron Menachem is one of the largest non-for-profit organizations in Israel that really takes care of everything for families that are unfortunately going through a situation where one of the children in the family is suffering from cancer. A population that's sort of neglected is the siblings.
When I found out about this program, I was confused. Siblings of children with cancer, why not children with cancer? But the thing about that is that by no one's fault, these kids are basically neglected because the parents need to focus on the other children and they're left on the sidelines. There are kids here every single morning, walk around the dining room and give every single person a hug and a kiss. And if they could just have like every morning one more hug and a kiss, that would be it for them.
Our idea was, well, why don't we just give them a week and a half of just fun? Divorce them from reality just so they can get a sense of what it means to be a child.
The incredible thing about Jolt Israel partnering with Zichron Menachem is that we learn about leadership skills that we can apply to our own life, and then we have the incredible opportunity of applying those skills to this summer camp with all these kids who really need the love and attention that we give them.
When I was younger, I lost a friend to cancer, and remembering how hard it was on her siblings, on her family, like what they went through in her few years of treatment, it made me want to take that and make a difference in someone else's life, remembering what they went through.
I never thought that I would come in and just be able to have a connection with someone who's from a totally different country, who doesn't speak the same language as me, but that's exactly what happened. They come over and they embraced me, and they were so warm and friendly, and they gave me a hug like I was their own sister, and that's what it was, Machaneh Achi Achi. We're really siblings.
These kids, they've like really become like a part of like who I am.
When I came to the camp, I really wanted to make a difference in these kids' lives, and I really hoped that I did. But I don't think I really realized how much they would make a difference in my life.
My big problems really aren't so big, they're really little problems, because there are people in the world that are going through much harder times than I am. This whole experience taught me to be more appreciative for what I have.
Saying goodbye right now is probably one of the hardest things I'm going to be doing this summer because I've grown so attached to some of these girls that I've been hanging out with and working with and playing with. They've become a part of me. They're part of who I am now. They're part of my story. They're part of my life.
We worked together, we played together, we cried together. This Havdalah is not a Havdalah of goodbyes. This is a Havdalah of new beginnings. Of new beginnings for NCSY and Jolt Israel and Zichron Menachem for many years to come. And new beginnings for the relationships that we built with the children that we love so much.
הילדים כאילו לא רוצים לחזור הביתה. מבחינתם להמשיך את זה ולהישאר פה. הם גם מאוד התחברו פה לילדים ומדברים איתם כל הזמן, וכל התשומת לב שהם מקבלים פה והסבלנות והאהבה, הם לא רוצים לחזור הביתה. אז אם אתם רוצים להמשיך, אנחנו נמשיך.
To me, the unfortunate thing is that cancer had to be the thing that brought everybody together, but the way that I empowered our Jolt Israel kids was you have the ability to change that reality, where you can be the difference. You can bridge together families, you can bridge together people, you can bridge together the denominational spectrum and bring all Jews together for causes that are not necessarily sad or negative, for things that are good. Bring people together, bring Jews together. That's what this is all about.